Hi there, it's Barry Coombs from Define Tomorrow and Computer World. I'm joined by long-time friend and HPE Nimble employee, Nick Dyer.
Hello Barry, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. So Nick, this is your first VMworld of the year or second?
This is my personal first of the year, but we did VMworld US and of course over here in Europe as well.
Okay, so Nick, you've been a long-term community member, worked for a number of different companies over the past, but been on a fantastic journey with Nimble over the past few years. Let's start by just talking about the conference. What are your thoughts been around sort of the conference, the announcements and general sessions?
I think it's been actually really cool. I've quite enjoyed this year. I think in the last couple of years it's been a bit samey. This year it seems to have really kicked into it, and they've got some really good messaging. They've got a good vision, I think, as well, and they know where they want to go, and I think it's going to be good for us all.
Definitely. I think that vision is now loud and clear. We're not just a virtualization vendor anymore. We're going seriously on security. We're going seriously on workspace, and it's about kind of bringing together all those silos, which has been a really succinct message. And they've not just been talking about it; they've actually been demonstrating on how they're actually achieving that now.
Right, and Alan presenting on the keynote, right? I mean, how cool was that?
Definitely. So yeah, obviously long-term friend of ours, London VMworld member Alan Renault, joined Pat Gelsinger on stage to do a VR demo, throwing virtual machines up into the cloud.
Yeah, it was amazing, wasn't it?
Absolutely fantastic. Look forward to talking to Alan a little bit more about that later. So obviously Nimble have been on this journey, fantastic company, kind of got to the pinnacle of where they are now and have been acquired by HPE. So what does that mean for you guys, for Nimble and the HPE strategy?
Right, well, I mean, as you know, I mean, I think you were the first person to touch a Nimble array outside of the States, right? So you were kind of on the journey with us. But yeah, so we were acquired for about 1.2 billion in April. It wasn't a sellout acquisition, actually it was an acquisition of needing the technology but also needing the people. HPE have kind of been on this journey in the last couple of years where they have to reinvent themselves. I think every vendor's gone through that recently. You've seen what Dell have had to do to go with EMC, they've had to sort themselves out, they've now got a clear defined message. HPE have kind of went through the ringer a little bit, and they realise that these days they've now got to essentially pull them back to their core strengths, get back to what they do really well. So the vision now is all about making IT simple. It's all about hybrid IT, powering Internet of Things and what they call the intelligent edge. Nimble is front and centre of what that's going to do.
Fantastic. There's many different elements to Nimble as well, and I'm excited to understand how Nimble is going to kind of help HP moving forward. I mean, you can't rival the support levels that you get with Nimble support staff. It's absolutely fantastic. InfoSight, you won't see a better analytical platform looking at that, and it's fantastic technology inside Nimble itself, but I can only hope and see that HPE have seen that value, and that is going to hopefully go into the rest of the product range.
Right, so Meg Whitman and essentially her sidekick Antonio Neri were the guys that actually led the Nimble acquisition. So, and Bill Philbin, of course, who's the head of storage at HPE. So what happened was that they saw InfoSight, and they realised how important and critical InfoSight is going to be moving forwards. Support for a large vendor is always hard, right? You've got lots of different types of support, lots of different products that you have to support, and all sorts of really weird bugs. InfoSight allows us to get rid of that on the Nimble side. They were so impressed with what we were able to do. I mean, it's over 90% of all cases open at Nimble are actually resolved through analytical data without any human involvement at Nimble. I mean, that's just gold dust. So they want to take that and they want to apply it across the whole HP portfolio. And if you consider doing that on ProLiant servers, on the Synergy stuff, which is actually a really cool platform, doing it on other storage technologies such as 3PAR and MSA, but also doing it on networking and Aruba, and doing it on the edge and IoT, that's a really cool idea. And I think if they can do it, and if they can get it right, that's really exciting.
Definitely. So obviously with everything that's going on, Nimble doesn't just stand still and wait for the acquisition to go over and everything to happen. You've got to keep on moving. So what's actually happening with the Nimble technology?
So the really cool thing is that every employee at Nimble's still here, right? So that's the good thing. Engineering has been left alone, isolated, so is support. Sales and marketing, we're still here as well, so that's good. We've had our investment kept on going from an R&D point of view. So Nimble now has to grow. We want to be the next $1 billion storage business, essentially. That's what we've been targeted to do. You can't do that by staying still. So you're going to see lots more engineering on Nimble. We've got 2 major releases of code coming out in the next year. So we've got Nimble OS 5 and 6 coming out. Some really cool features, including Sync Rep, which we've already announced. We pre-announced that at CeBIT in Germany this year. So that's coming and will be GA for everyone with automatic failover as well, which is actually a really cool feature. You'll see InfoSight development and analysis, further integration into VMworld. So we've got some really cool VMworld replication and failover automation plugging into their Flex client, the HTML5 client. Yep. So you're going to see me talk about that later on in my breakout session. And you're going to see that being rolled out throughout the end of this year as well. So there's some really cool things coming with us.
So it's good to see that momentum still going, that the buzz, the energy that was behind that Nimble company is still living on inside HPE. Yeah. I assume the San Jose head office is still there doing what it's doing.
It's still here, right? So we've still got everyone pretty much. We've got the same management team, the same leadership team. We report directly into Bill Philbin now. And like I said, we've been targeted to be the next $1 billion storage business. Brilliant. So, off we go. We've got to go and do it. So it should be a lot of fun. Brilliant. Because the key thing is, with HP, in the most recent years, they've been able to service their own HP customers, but winning new business is always quite a hard job. And it's said to be that to service a customer is easier than going and acquiring new business. Nimble is incredibly good at acquiring new customers. That's what we do. So we're going to be tasked to go out and drive that part of the market.
Nimble have always got the community. They've always kind of got the virtualization. They were one of the first people to come out with vVols, and obviously you've spoken many times around the subject of vVols. So really excited to see the future of HPE and Nimble Storage inside of HPE. So thank you for joining me, Nick. Look forward to catching up with you in the future.
Great, thank you.
Cheers.